Why is leasehold land cheaper? Good question. The quick answer is it's less desirable. Now the question is why? Now this video is part of a series where I talk about leasehold and fee simple. If you are looking to buy real estate in Hawaii, you definitely should click on subscribe and get the notifications. Aloha, I'm Peter K, and I connect with people that want to live in Hawaii. So if that's you, this is your channel. What makes leasehold properties so undesirable? Well, unlike fee simple, leasehold properties have an expiration date or a renegotiation date. As the expiration date gets closer, the property becomes less valuable. It becomes less desirable. Would you buy a property that you're gonna have to vacate in 10 years? Of course not. And so if you think about it, right, what would you pay? For example, what would you pay for a property that's gonna expire in 5 years? Well, you wouldn't pay any more than you would in rent, right? So if a property rented for, let's say, $2,000 a month, and you were gonna hold on to the property for, let's say, 2 years, well, you wouldn't pay more than $24,000 for it, right? Kind of the same thing. That's why leasehold properties kind of go down in value. Now look, before we go any further, you need to know, I'm not a real estate agent. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a banker. Just a regular guy. I bought and sold properties in Hawaii since the mid-'80s. In fact, I bought a leasehold property. It's my first one. Because my channel is about living in Hawaii, a lot of people have asked about this, and I just want to do the best I can to explain it. Now, if you are looking for real estate in Hawaii, I can help you find a good agent. I've got a bunch of people that I've worked with for decades. Some of them are like family. And if you don't want to kind of start talking to a stranger and you'd like to get a referral to someone that I know and trust, click on the description. I've got a link to a form, fill out the information, and I'll connect you with someone. The price in leasehold properties goes down as the expiration date or the renegotiation date gets closer. And why is that? Well, there's risk involved, right? And people don't like risk. You don't want risk, I don't want risk. Risk brings the prices down. If there's gonna be a renegotiation, the lease rents will go up. There are lease rents. I talk about that in detail in other videos. And of course, like I said earlier, if there's an expiration date coming up, that just throws everything out the window. And I've talked about in other videos, bank financing is hard to get as well. So all these things kind of come together and drives down the price of leasehold. What's the takeaway here? If you see a really cheap price for a property and you find out it's leasehold, check the details. I'm sure you're gonna find that there's either a renegotiation or an expiration right around the corner. Not a good idea. However, if you do decide to look into a leasehold property, the other big takeaway is read the lease agreement very carefully. Make sure you know what you're getting. All right, you got a question for me? I've got a link in the description to a form. Submit your question and make sure you leave your name and where you're from so that if I do use your question, I can give you credit. I'm Peter K, and I'm living in Hawaii. Aloha.